Hello, everybody. I'm going to be showing you how to access all of your student files for this first week, May 4th through the 8th of the distant online learning for the Marketing Essentials for Photoshop ninth grade students. We're going to start off with the calendar. In this calendar, it identifies everything that you need in order to answer all of your questions and be successful. The first thing I would suggest you do is to you can either click on the click here, which is going to open up your student workbook, or you can right click on the click here and press open link in a new tab, and your student workbook will open in a new tab. Now, I personally want to be able to write in my workbook, so the best thing for you to do is to download it. And when it shows at the bottom of your screen, you just go ahead and click on it and it's going to open up. This is going to allow you to be able to write in this document. The next thing you want to make sure you open up is your student support files, which for these 3 questions, it says you're going to be using Microsoft Word. So you really don't need to open up your student support files for week 1. Now, when we get down to week 2, you will be needing to open up student support files. So when we get to week 2, I'll show you how to do that next week. All right, so in my student workbook, it says that you're going to be doing design plans, copyright permission licensing, basic design principles, and all of these assignments can be done within 30 minutes. Okay, so let's get to work and let's complete the assignment. All right, so to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and open up a Word document, a blank Word document, so that I can have everything I need ready to go for when I start answering my questions. All right, I'm going to click on a blank document and I'm going to press Create. In my header, I'm going to write my name. Now, if you are period 4, you'll put period 4. Or if you're period 5, you'll put period 5. Or if you're period 6, you'll put period 6. Whichever period you are, you'll put that. Then you're going to start off with the header. I know that the first assignment I'm doing is design plans. Now, for this, when I come to, it says that design plans is on page 10. I am going to look at the bottom of the pages to get the page numbers. So this is page 2. I'm going to scroll all the way down to page 10, design plans. Design plans has 3 questions with certain questions within the question. So you can answer it here and then screenshot it over into Word, which I'll show you how to do, or you can simply just head your paper 1, 2, 3, and then if you wanted to go in a little further and do the A, B, C like it has there, it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Again, all you do is you just click down, and then on the top on your ribbon, you just push the indent button and indent, and then you can add it. It's again, however you want to do it. You can answer it like this, or you can answer it in the Photoshop document and then just transfer it over. Okay, so now that we are good on that, let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to read the instructions and thoroughly go through before you start answering the questions. Now, let's say you don't recall all of what the video spoke about from the very first week, because we did the very first week 4 weeks ago, and that was March 30th through April 2nd, 3rd, something like that. And that's understandable. All you need to do is go back to domain 1, this video here, and you watch that video and it will answer these questions. But lucky for you, I'm going to go ahead and go through these answers with you today. All right. So, steps for completion. What 3 media types can Photoshop optimize images? Okay, I know that they can optimize images for web. I know that they can optimize images for print and video. Fair enough. Number 2, what 3 things does the scope of a project define? Okay. When you're doing the scope of a project, you need to know what is to be created first before you can even get started. You're going to have to know how long it will take. And then, more importantly, you got to know what the budget will be for creating this project, because then you'll know how to charge your client for printing and materials and time and all of that good stuff. Okay. Again, I'm getting all of this information from the video that we saw in week 1 in the Learn Key, the video from domain purpose, audience design, copyright permissions, and licensing video. Last question. What are the 7 phases of design plans and the main features of designer client communication at each phase? Okay. Well, I know that they talked about planning. That's the first part. And I believe that was one of your test questions. This will be on the certification test. Planning. And in planning, it should include listening and asking questions when you're dealing with the client. So you're you should be listening, sorry, and asking questions in the planning phase. The next part of the design plans is an analyzing. In the analyzing phase, you should include, like in your answers, it should include like presentations, diagrams, charts, feedback, charts, presentations, diagrams, and feedback, most importantly. I'm just trying to recall some of the keynotes that I took down for from the video. The next part of the design plan is design. You design after you've planned it out, you've analyzed it, you've gotten feedback from the client. Now you design it, and this should be like a mock-up or like sketches, reviewing, and of course, always feedback. You're going to be getting a lot of feedback from your client. All right. The next part of the design plan is building. And in the building phase, you're going to build several options and then receive feedback from it. Receive, just want to make sure. Receive feedback. Okay. The next phase will be testing. And in the testing, you have to review the plans, gauge reaction, and then, of course, get feedback. Gauge reactions, and assess. All right. Next, you have implementation. And again, all of these are so important. They are on the certification exam you'll be taking next year. In the implementation phase, you're going to be staging. You're going to be getting approval. So let's say staging, getting approval, and of course, receiving feedback. You're going to receive feedback all the way up until the end. The last part of the 7 phases of a design plan is publishing. That's when you showcase the work to the client. It's final. You give it to them. They can put it on the web. They can put it wherever they want. They can put it on posters, billboards, whatever. In the publishing phase, you're gonna have proofs. You're gonna still have a little bit of planning. You're gonna have to get approval, and of course, feedback, 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 feedback. All right, so we've completed this in a little less than 10 minutes. At this point, what you can do, you have 2 options again. So I'm going to, you can either screenshot it like I'm doing here, and then you just simply drag it into Microsoft Word. Let me wrap text this to make it a little bit more neater. I want to place this here, or you can, let me make this down so it won't be interrupted. So you can either screenshot it, answer the questions in your actual workbook, screenshot it, and then bring it over here, or you can in Word answer the questions in Word. Either way works for you. Once you've complete that, you go back to the calendar. It tells you what to save it as. CC intro your name. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, CC intro, and my name. I'm gonna put marketing essential so I know that's for my ninth graders. All right, next I am gonna go to my Gmail. I'm gonna go into my digital folder so that I can make sure that my digital folder is set up properly. So I'm gonna go into my drive and I'm going to use period 5 as an example. Okay, period 5. And in Miss Gant class example, I'm going to go to my 4th 9 weeks folder because remember, at the bottom here, it tells you that you need to create 5 folders and set them up so that you can upload your work in the proper session folders. So if your 4th 9 weeks look like this, you're going to go to new folder. You're going to put session 1, create, new folder, session 2, create, session 3, create, open, session 4, create, session 5, create. Now, the instruction tells me assignments for this week are to be uploaded into your 4th 9 week session 1 folder. So I'm going to open up my session 1 folder. I'm going to go to File, New. I know I saved it on my desktop. So I am going to look for the one that says ME and I'm going to upload it. And now I'm done with this assignment. I can go ahead and close that. Next, I'm going to move on to copyright permission licensing. I know I have to open up a Word document, so let me go ahead and get that situated. Again, I'm going to do my title. Whatever period that you have, I'm going to use period 5 for now. And then I'm going to subtitle it, copyright permissions, licenses. Right. All right, and then it tells me that it is on page 11. So I'm going to move to the next page, which is here. Now for this, I am going to match up what the copyright terms mean for these acronyms. And if you don't remember what these copyright photo pictures symbolizes, then you will go back to this video, purpose, audience design, copyright permission and license. Watch that video, and as he's talking and he shows it to you, you just write down your answers. Same thing with this lesson. You can just type right in here and then screenshot it into Word, or you can just simply do 1 through 8 and write your answer there. So I know that I'm going to go ahead and just type it in here and then screenshot it over. This says CC by NCSA. I know that CC by NCSA, that is this symbol here. So I'm going to type 7. CC by NC, I know that this is the 2 symbols here, the person in the no money. So I'm going to put 4. CC by, I know that that is going to be this symbol here. So I'm going to put 8. Copyright, of course, will be number 1. That's the C you see there. CC by NC and D, I know that that is this symbol here, number 2. And then public domain, I know that the public domain is this symbol here, so I'm going to put 6. CC by SA, that symbol is going to be number 5. That's this one here, so I'm going to put 5. And then process by elimination is the only one I have not used is number 3. Okay. That took me, because I watched a video prior to doing this, that took me all about 5 minutes. But again, if you go back and you watch this video in the Learn Key, you'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to screenshot this. And then I'm just going to simply drag it into Word. And I'm going to go back to see what do I save it as. It says CPL in your name. File, save as. CPL and then my name. And I'm going to put ME just because I know that's Marketing Essentials. And I'm done with that. So I'm going to come here, new file upload. I'm going to CPL my name, and I have my 2 assignments. Now, last assignment. Basic design principles. It says, again, I'm going to use a Word document. I can go ahead and close out of this and then just open up a new Word document and title my document. This one, I'm going to use period 6 as my example. And then, of course, I am going to title this Basic Design Principles. All right, I'm going to go to page 14, which I'm going to look at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to move over to page 14. Page 14. So this assignment is going to take you about 15 minutes to complete, and you have 17 questions. So again, if you don't remember, you know what? I do apologize. I did not finish that assignment because for copyright permissions and licensing, it has a bottom piece. My apologies. So I'm going to go back before I do this. Let me open up this assignment. Let me open up this assignment. I do apologize. It has 16 questions. I do apologize. I missed that. So I'm going to answer these questions for you. What does CC stand for? Well, CC stands for Creative Commons license. What does BY stand for? BY stands for attribution required. What does SA stand for? SA stands for no change of license. What does ND stand for? It stands for no changing and no adapting. So if you see that, you cannot change the image, you cannot adapt to the image, you can't do anything with it. What does NC stand for? It stands for no commercial use. Which license do not allow changes? Of course, you know just from us answering above, SA and ND. What license do not require attribution? Public domain. And last, if you change an item that is not public domain, is the design now yours and why? No, because the original creator, they're gonna still be able to receive attribution. So no, it's not yours. The original, how would I word this? Original creator. Yeah, let's go with that. Should still receive attribution. All right. So again, I'm going to screenshot this and just add it to the page here. Just like that. Perfect. I'm going to save it so that I know that it's right now. I apologize for that. I am going to delete this old one that is wrong and then upload the correct version. And we're good. All right. So let's go ahead and move to page 14 so we can finish this out. And page 14 has 20 questions. So it's going to be page 14 and page 15. All right. So basic design principles. Again, if you watch this video that says digital image terms and basic design principles, it goes along with these questions. That's what I did when I wanted to refresh myself before doing this video, and it just outlined everything in the same order as the video. All right, here we go. So number one, what is a one-dimensional basic component in art and geometry? a line. You guys know that from math. Number two, what are the differences between a shape and a form? Okay, so a shape, let me type. All right, shape, um, it's two dimensionals, right? Yeah, it's two-dimensional basic shapes. And then a form would be three-dimensional. Three-dimensional, yeah, three-dimensional, and it uses light and shadow. And we learned that from the quiz. I think that was session one quiz. Maybe may have been session two, but I think it was session one. So it's a three-dimensional and uses light and shadow to create depth. Light and shadow are used to create, of course, form and texture. That came straight from the video. All right, color. In a standard artist color wheel, the primary colors are, we've known this from elementary school, red, yellow, and blue. And you can put that in any order. You can put blue, red, yellow. It's totally up to you as long as you have those three. If the three colors listed above are the primary colors, then the secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Again, that can be in any order. Complementary colors are blank the color wheel from each other. They on the color wheel, they are across from each other. All right, number 7. Let's see. These type of colors blank to each other on the color wheel. I believe they're next to each other. Yes, next. Tone is created using tint and shade. Sorry. Tint and shade. Number 9, tint will add white. Tint will add white to a color, and shade would add black to a color. Black and white are also used to create contrast. All right, let's go to balance. What are the 4 text alignments? So we have left alignment, we have center, we have right, and we have what you call justified. But you can say justified, or you can say equal to the sides. Either one. Number 12, a design is symmetrical. Number 13, a design is symmetrical when the visual weight is balanced on all sides. That's why it's symmetrical, because it matches. A design is blank when one side is not balanced or heavy, asymmetrical, the opposite. Number 14, negative space is also called white space. Number 15, what is a modern screen aspect ratio today? So the modern screen aspect ratio is going to be today 16 to 19 aspect ratio. All right, let's talk about spacing. What is an example of framing? Okay. Um, Framing, I would say, would be something similar to placing like the subject in the middle of a background like trees. Okay. So, how would I word this? Placing uh, the subject in the middle of a background. What is the rule of thirds? Very important. That is on your certification exam. The rule of thirds is when you divide an image into 9 equal spaces. So think of like tic tac toe instead of tic tac. Yeah. Well, you could think of tic tac toe. Tic tac toe is like the rule of thirds. You have 9 equal spaces. They're all shaped out the same. So we'll say dividing the image into evenly spaces. Yeah. 9 equal spaces. Equally. Something like that. Yeah. All right, let's move on to basic design. if the background is out of focus, you are creating a focal point. Number 19, foreground is closest to you, while background is furthest. Of course. And last but not least, resampling will resize an image by reducing or increasing. When you resample, you're going to be reducing or increasing the pixels. And remember, pictures are made up of pixels, okay? So for this is going to be a two-part screenshot for me. Again, you can write all of your answers in here in Word. It's either or, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my screenshot like this. I have number 1 all the way to balance, and then when it opens up, I'm just going to place it there, just like that. And then I'm going to move, and then I'm going to do a second screenshot, and I think, hold on, let me just double check and see, where did I end off? I did balance. Okay, so I need to do spacing. All right, so my second screenshot is going to be from spacing to basic design principles. And when it pops up, I'm just going to place it right under, just like that, on one page. So it looks like it is together, but I do need to, oh, it put it at the top. I don't want it at the top. So I'm going to wrap text this so that I can bring it down and place it under balance, just like that. Okay. So this is my assignment. And again, for this assignment, you can just number your paper 1 to 20 and just answer the questions in Microsoft Word, or you can screenshot it in like I just did here. This, our workbook calendar says to name it BDP and your name. So file, save as BDP, my name, and put ME so I know it's Marketing Essentials, and I'm going to save. I'm going to go ahead and close, and then I am going to upload my third assignment, and I am done with the week 1's assignment. When I come into grade, I am going to look to see that your answers are complete. I am going to open up the assignments and check. So please do not sit there and just put anything, because I will be thoroughly checking this. If you have any questions, if you want to go ahead and move forward, you can. I will be doing a video every week for each one of these. Don't forget that we do have a Zoom meeting on Thursday. It is not mandatory. It's only for the students who have questions and need help with this session. Thank you for watching, guys, and send me a message via Remind or your Gmail if you have any questions. Bye.